Hi guys, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, I'm going to teach you another thing, that is the date picker. Here you can see that this is the field, but this is the date picker. Here you can see that when we click on it, so here is the date picker is shown and we can choose any date. And if we go into the 2017 and if we want to find the today date, if we click on today date, so we again return and we can choose any date. So here you can see that date is present. So this functionality is present in many forms. So this is created by the jQuery user interface. So let's create it. So for this, here we have to create any type of input field. Here is we can give it the type text, and here is the ID txt. Here is txt dot, we have to apply date picker, and here is, and let's look at it, and here you see that it is present. Here in this way you can get any date. Here you can see that you have get the date and it is saved here. And now here I want to tell you something, that here you can also specify the format of the date that is present in the field. Maybe if you need it, here is, you just need to write date and you can specify the format of the date like this. Here is if you want to specify the month at the first or day at the first, here you can see that here is the day is present, month is present at the first, 11th month, 19 November. So we can specify the day, then here is the month, and here is the y. So in this way you can specify the format of the date that is written in the field. And here is, if I select the same date, so here is first of all day, then this. So now it is present, and you can also specify the minimum date, that is the previous date. These are all the previous dates, so that are the minimum date. Here I'm gonna specify the minimum date. You have to write min date, and in the min date, in the between the commas, if you want to specify the minimum days are only 5, so you have only 5 days before the today date. We also need to specify -5 because we want to specify the previous days. So -5. So now here you see that today is 13th of May. Here you can see that 13th of May, and here is the 13th of May, 12, 11, 12, 9, 10. So there are only 5 days before today date. So in this way you can also specify -30 days. So there are only 30 days before today date. And you can also specify directly like -1m. So now there is only 1 month before the today date, and here is -1m means only 1 month before today date. And here you see that today is 13th of May, and when we back on it, so here is the only 1 month. Here is, this is the today date, 13th of May, and here is equal 1 month, 13th of April, and we cannot go before it. And in this way you can also give it -1 day, like this, -1 day. So you can write the days in this form, -1, -2, so these are days, or you can write in this form -1 day. So now refresh it. So now there is only 1 day before the today date, 12. And you can also write -1 year, so there is only 1 year before the today date. Here is you can see that we cannot go beyond the 13th of May 2015. Here you see that we cannot go. And in this way we can give different inputs, but here I'm going to specify -1 day, and here is all the inputs: -1 year, and -1 year we can input -1 year, or -1 month, or we can directly write -5 like days, -5 means 5 days. And we can also give the date in the plus. We can also define the coming date. Like here you can see that here we can go as many months, as many days as we can. The date that is after the today date, that is max date. Here is max date, and in which we can define, here is the comma, and here if we define 5 days, so we have to write plus with it. So now if we write +5, so there are only 5 days after today date. Here you can see that today is 13th of May, so here are only 5 days, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So now if we can also write like this 5 days, so now refresh it, so here is 5 days. And if we write like this 1 month, so now there is only 1 month after today date, so here is only 13th of June. We cannot go beyond it, it is disabled. And we can also specify the 1 year, and now here is we cannot go beyond the 13th of May 2017. So here you can see that it is all disabled. We cannot go beyond it because we have specified one year. So here I'm gonna write all the other inputs like +1 year, and we can also give one or we can I'm just writing these inputs because I have to provide this file to you. So when you get this file, so you easily understand, we can give the +1 year, +2 year, +3 year. You can give as many. These are the just examples. I'm just writing to just give you attention on this. Here is, you can write +10 days. So these are just inputs. I'm just writing to show you when you get the file. And now the last thing is that here you see that when we here you see that there is the button panel. So how we can get that panel? If we are at any date, and if we, so now here you can see that we are in the October, so we don't if we want to get the today date, so you just need to click on the today date, so here it is coming. And if we choose anything, and if we don't want to choose any date, so click on done, so it is done. So these are the button panels. So how we can create it? You just need to write show button panel. Here is button panel, and here is true, and here is, and now here you can see that here is the only it will work, but here I'm gonna give plus 90 days. Here is 90 days, and now there are 90 days after this day, and here you can see that. So now we are in August. If we click today date, so here it is present. So in this way this is working. So if you have any problems, so kindly add the discussion. I will help you as much as I can. So the next thing is show animation. And what is it? If we give it the fade property, we can give it many other properties. So what will happen? Here you see that when we refresh it and when we click on it, so it is fade in. It is just like a fade effect. But here you can see that it is not a fade effect. It is a fade effect because I have provided the property, so it is the fade effect. Here you can see that. And if we give it the bounce, so it will bounce on the screen. Here is bounce. And what is it? Here is refresh, and here you see that it is bounce. So we can also provide it normal property show, so it will just show. And here is fade or bounce, and here is refresh it, and here is this is show. And now I hope you get this thing. If you have any problems, so kindly add the discussion. I will help you as much as I can. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next video.